Good morning, everybody. This is it's the day after the crash. After it's not really a crash, y'all. It's just a market adjustment. Is you can't talk silly and just pointlessly stupid without the market reacting. It's just an adjustment. That's all it is, y'all. It's not really crashing. Yeah, Tesla's taking a nosebleed, but you can't be a neo-fascist or a neo-Nazi, whatever he is, without your company's taking a beating. It just it's cause and effect. You know what I mean? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Pure and simple. Nothing more than that. To the couple people I got out there that are builders, I'm sorry for what he's about to put you through. But if you voted for him, I'm not sorry. So, sorry, not sorry kind of thing. He's going to all but put you out of business here in the next little bit. Just to be forward or front or blunt or however you want to word it, I don't care what made you vote for Trump. I don't care that you voted for Trump. If you're a racist and he was, and that's why you voted for him, hey, that's your thing. If you're a criminal and that's why you voted him because he's a criminal, hey, that's your thing. If you're a draft dodging coward and that's why you voted for him because he's a draft dodging coward, hey, cool, okay. If you're a secret stealing treasonous cunt like he is, then you probably need to just both be put in bottom of Guantanamo somewhere. There's limits to what I can say I'm okay with because I'm not okay with that. Y'all, the whole thing about Trump is I think he has a special cult following, not because they're stupid. Yes, I've used that term myself repeatedly because it's like, man, that's some brain dead shit you're doing, and you're doing it again. Like, that's the definition of insanity. If it failed the first 3 times and now you're doing it again and expecting a different result from the exact same, that is the definition of insanity. And the man is a lunatic. He talks like a sugared up, like one that's going to overdose on sugar, like a toddler that's going to OD on sugar. If any one of my children would have ever spoke like he does, they wouldn't have even looked at sugar for a month. Wow, there's a limit to what you can do. And that's where I think his cult following follows him. I think they are just simply sugar addicts for the most part. Whether you're a Mountain Dew addict or whatever, whatever form of stimulant, because he's on them all. He's on uppers, downers, sidewaysers. Y'all need to look up the medical or the White House pharmacy logs that were released. Ketamine, all kinds of stuff. He takes as much smack, like 8,100 milligram tablets of smack a day. It would kill a racehorse. I got to personally say I'm impressed at the amount of drugs that he takes. Not even Elvis came close to that. Other than that, it's kind of scary that somebody who describes nuclear weapons like a toddler is in charge of the codes. That does kind of concern me, y'all. I'll be honest. It concerns me that he cut military aid from Ukraine. Russia's in the act of genocide. They attacked and have attacked civilians every fucking day for 3 years. This is their war. And for this piece of shit to enable genocide, he should be facing, he wants a Nobel Peace Prize. He should be facing the Hague for war crimes for what he's done. It's not just stopping the aid to Ukraine. That's his prerogative. He's president. Okay, it's his prerogative if he stops U.S. intel to Ukraine. Okay, that's his prerogative. It is not his prerogative to allow American companies to sell satellite information of Ukraine to Russia. That's not his prerogative. That makes him a target, a legitimate target. You can't do that. You cannot enable genocide, and that's what he's doing, and that's dangerous. That's the one thing about everybody who voted for him. I don't believe you understand exactly how dangerously stupid this man is. And I'm not saying like grew up in a poor house and ate the paint chips when nobody was looking. You know, I'm talking he went out and scored bags full of lead paint chips and he ground them up and snorted them. That level of stupid. In his little white pasty buddy, neo-Nazi buddy Elmo is even stupider. They're both ketamine junkies. Y'all, this is real, and this is horrifying. And as far as the Democrats holding up little paddles saying, oh, how disappointed they are in this and that. Okay, smartass. If you like your $250,000 cushy-ass job, you need to fight like you're the third monkey on Noah's Ark's ramp and it's starting to rain. Because this man does not need you. There will never be another fair or free election in America. If you're some military leader and you don't stand up right now, you won't ever get that chance because he doesn't need you either. This is the United States of Russia. You've just not woken up to this fact. Just take that one however you all want. It's like these tariffs. It's never worked. Ever. The only reason, that's just a bully trying to say I can extort more from you than what the fair market will allow. That's all a tariff is. And no, America is not in that position. And I'm sorry if you think that way. And I'm not like anti-American. I'm as proud as any human being. I've served and I've served honorably. I'm just saying I'm a realist that's not deluded by the talk of an addicted toddler. That's what I'm trying to say. If we go to war with China, they will win within 3 months any conflict. Economically, militarily, whatever. We don't have that prowess, y'all. Unless we go full on nuclear. Okay, yeah, we could win. We got enough destructive power. We could wipe out this rock 6 times over. Okay? But we don't get to live either. So how far can you really take that scenario? Other than that, China will win. We have 11 aircraft carrier groups. All they have to do is get a cargo plane full of drones, and it's over. Not even. I mean, they got, I think it's the YU-6 or something like that. It's our equivalent of our 45. They can break the bow. They can break a ship. All they have to do is get within 30 miles, and they win. We don't have the resources to secure the world. And yes, I'm talking from knowledge. We have 900 bases in 153 countries, 11 aircraft carrier groups, and a fleet of nuclear submarines. And like I said, we could wipe out the world 6 times over. We would still lose to China. Take that for all it's worth. They could disrupt us very quickly. On major levels, okay? Leave them alone. We have an orange idiot that wrote The Art of the Squeal or whatever it was. They wrote the book The Art of War. Take that for all you want. Like I said, I'm not a pacifist, but I'm a realist. There's a lot to this, y'all. He's gonna put 250% tariffs on Canada's timber and on their lumber or whatever. On their lumber and on their milk. We got like 5 cities, okay, that rely on their power. Can you imagine going through summer without your air conditioning running? Because this idiot can't keep his mouth shut and he has no idea what he's talking about. We buy light crude from Canada so we can change it into gasoline and diesel because that's what our refineries are set up for. We produce heavy crude. There's only so much gear oil we can use in America. That's why we sell our shit. And if we put tariffs on other people, they're going to put tariffs on us. That means we can't sell ours, and it costs too much to buy theirs. He's a moron that speaks fluent sugar addict. Ketamine junkie, ketamine crackhead, whatever term you want to use. He's not a bright man, and he's not well. That's up to y'all, dude. I could care less. I believe in democracy. I served for every idiot's right to vote for him, and I'll still defend that. I am perfectly good that you voted for him. I'm perfectly good that he won. I'm just saying, suck it up, Buttercup, when he destroys your construction business. Don't whine and tell me when you can't buy your kid milk at the store. When he taxes single mothers, so it's more profitable to be married to some Neanderthal because they're religious lunatics. This is the monster that you voted for. Embrace this demonic creature, but don't whine about it. That's all I'm saying. And like I said before, to all the politicians, whether you're Democrat or Republican, whether you are in the military and you supported him or you're in the military and you did not support him, he doesn't need you. All his interests is to burn this thing to ash and rule over the ash. Y'all got to wake up. This is now the United States of Russia. And is Russia going to win the war in Ukraine? No, they're not. They went through all their Soviet era. They are months away from just utter collapse. Their lines are right now faltering pretty hard. I would say by May, April, the end of April, early May, for the tanks, they're gone, the Soviet era armor. July for the APCs, they have more, that's all. But by the way they're grinding through the armor, they can't fight after that. I mean, they could say, okay, peace, give us a break, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm sure that Trump is going to try his best to defend Russia. I have no doubt believe in that. Just allowing American satellite companies to sell them data, that just blew me away. He's threatening World War III, but I'm afraid how he sees the alignment, like us in Russia against the rest of the world or something. Oh, wow. He's kind of like the crazy grandfather that you wouldn't let have car keys. And he's like making decisions. But again, I think it's sugar, y'all. If you polled the people coming out of Walmart and McDonald's, they would predominantly be Trump. Not because they're poor, not because they're sugar addicts. If you poll the people coming out of City Market or Whole Food or something like that, they would be something other than Trump. It's how people are eating. Your guts are your host to more bacteria than human cells. And to think that every conflict that we have to go, or every encounter has to be a conflict, it doesn't have to be this way, y'all. We became a great, or at least a decent nation, and we screwed over everybody that we ever did. Like, we only have one treaty with the Indians that we haven't broken as a nation. It's horrifying what we've done as a nation. It's appalling is what I'm trying to get at. If anybody deserves to get their ass handed to them and humiliated, it would be America. I mean, we are just beyond appalling as people go. But that aside, it's kind of hard to get around that one, huh? But it's true. So you can like that or not. Take it for what it's worth, y'all. It is who we are. We're appalling to in the lowest base of our society is who speaks the loudest. And that goes right back to who we are. We're monkeys. We're not anything above that. Did we create this or do this? No. No, we didn't. We got cyclopean walls all over Europe. We have that we didn't make is what I'm saying. That these are pre-Roman, prehistory. We've had other people on the rock. We're only one in about 24. Do I believe in evolution? Oh, no. No, I don't believe we came from mud and spontaneously, none of that crap. No, but I don't believe in God. Okay, not the way that y'all put it, like you have to be some, hell-bent religious lunatic. And I don't believe in the violence that like every major religion embraces. And I look at it this way: if your zealots, if your religious extremist were extremely loving, I would say you have a loving religion. But if your religious zealots or your religious extremists are extremely violent, then you have a violent religion. That's just how I see religion. Is there a peaceful religion? Yeah, it's called Jainism. It's in India. The rest are just violent, monkey mentality. Monkeys pick not the brightest. They don't pick the smartest. They don't. They normally pick the ugliest, most violent to lead them. It's just their mentality, and humans are no different than that. But do I think that we built all the stuff? No, I don't. The math doesn't add up. I mean, that goes from the pyramids to the Cyclopean walls, all of it. Okay, and to say that all fits in our timeline, that's just laughable. That's stupid, kind of laughable. So that said, okay, let's take this even one farther. Is because I had one statement on the last one. Is when it comes to God and not God or all the rest, how I look at it is that did this universe start with a one big bang? No, I don't see it that way because the universe would be structured differently. Did the universe, do stars like go to neutron, combine, blow up, and produce heavier elements? Yeah, it does. Because that's where we get uranium and stuff like that. Is the Earth a uranium fission-based heat? No, it wouldn't, because if there was enough water to maintain that, it would be splattered across the solar system like plasma. It doesn't work that way. When a star that we came from, because in our history a star blew up, that's what created the nucleus, that created the matter that we're made of. That's why I'm saying the uranium that's on Earth came from space. And we know that there is bacterium in space now, where we didn't know that before. That changes everything. I'm not trying to say that this was some great insight on my part. But how to say it? Like Earth, do I think that it's fission-based? No, it don't make any sense. Otherwise, there would have to have been a race of people on this planet that were capable of fusion reaction. The majority of our oxygen is 16O. Yes, there's oxygen made by chemical reactions and other, that's 17O and 18O respectively, the decay. That's not what the majority of our oxygen is. Did Earth go around in the early times and suck that all up like a vacuum cleaner? No, it could not have worked like that, y'all. So there was some form of fusion reaction on Earth or in Earth. See, like when the last star blows up, well, parts of that heavy piece is what I believe seeds the next solar system, just like casting seeds. That's how I look at the expansion of the universe. That's why some of it's faster, some of it's slower. We're like in how to say that? the lattice of I can't put it in terms, y'all. Is it's just not it's not the way they're making it out to sound, and it's not the way it looks. Is what I'm trying to say. Is the in yeah, it really befuddled me right there. I'm sorry, y'all. But I just think that the what was in Earth was because they found helium in the Earth is in could we have picked that up in space? No, that's not possible. That's not how that works. Helium is a part of fusion. It's one of the lightest elements in fusion. You take helium, and then you can make or hydrogen. I mean, you take hydrogen, you make helium. But it takes immense pressure to do that, and that's what I believe the Earth's core is. I don't buy like the uranium. I believe the metals are down there because they're the heaviest with tungsten. But I don't believe it's an ongoing reaction like that. If it was anything, it's induction from the sun, is what I'm trying to say. Well, let me take my little feeble mind and go play somewhere because I'm off track again, y'all. And take everything I say with a grain of salt. Everything. Because there's a lot that we have to worry about. There's a lot of it we don't need. We don't need the constant chaos and the drama and the crap. We got enough shit coming in the next just very short order that we don't need the billionaires to rape and pillage the planet before they fly off to Mars. Can we survive what's coming? Yeah, we probably can. Are we going to survive on another planet? Oh, hell no. That's just stupid children talking, that stupid ketamine crackheads talking. If we can't survive on this one, we're not surviving on another one. Just, that ain't happening, y'all. It don't work that way. Yeah, the whole being space pirate thing, yeah, that's fiction. That's like going back in time or whatever. Time is the speed of radiation. That's it. It's over. That's the end of the subject, y'all. Can you go backwards? No, it was fusion that started it. It's fission that goes backwards. Either one is not conducive. Okay, we're going to leave it there. And all y'all that follow, like, and subscribe while you do it, I don't know. Bless your heart. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that, I thank you for doing it. And the ones that share are crazy. But that's cool because that's how it works. And again, take everything I say with a grain of salt. Is because we're looking at crap, like I said. Is if the Thwaites Glacier and the other one, the West something or another, if they calve, we're looking at about 15 feet, 5 meters of water rise. It's going to displace about a third of the population. Our politicians need to focus on real things that are going to help our species survive what's coming. Event like that would disrupt everything. Global trade. It would be like going to war with China. We're not going to win. Is it going to wipe out our species? No. But it will wipe out civilization as we know it. Could you imagine something like Donald Trump being in charge? He's already canceling FEMA, and then America being hit with a 300-foot, tsunami after 5 feet of 15 feet of water rise. Y'all, the people that voted for this man, I'm proud. I would suggest that you get over your sugar thing, because I think that's what it is, to be honest. I know that sounds weird. My mom was a nutritionist, so a lot of stuff that I believe because of that. She could fix anybody with food. She didn't even have to hear you. She was pretty good with that. Instead of giving you a pill and covering up the symptoms, I'm not real big into that. But okay, y'all, we're gonna leave it at that, and I'm sorry for everybody that's gonna face where you can't buy milk, you can't buy eggs, you can't buy lumber. It's gonna get worse, y'all, exponentially. That's one thing I don't believe y'all have fully grasped exactly how much stupid you've unleashed with the carnival that we have in Washington. And that's from JFK, Junior Guy to Elmo, all of them. I mean, all these Russian trolls. That's chaos that we don't need in a time when we really don't need it. But it's good. For everybody that voted for him, you had a right to do it just as much. And your collective right is what needs to play out. But please, don't be a sniveling little twat and blame. Embrace the guy who did it and say, that was my guy that caused my eggs to get that high. That was my guy that caused it so I have to take a loan to buy milk. That was my guy that made it impossible for me to buy a house or whatever, or for my children to ever afford a house. That was my guy. Just say it like that. Don't be a sniveling little twat. We have that. He's orange. Okay, talk to you then. Bye.